Yeah, we're outside here today. Give you a little, see, always outside. I'm always in a place of greenery because the greenery represents a lot. Green represents knowledge, and y'all looking at trees, I'm looking at information. You understand? There's a nice trail. We got no excuses, y'all, to be sitting inside all day playing video games or watching some nonsense on TV where the black Boule is trying to trick you and con you into believing in what they want you to believe in. I was speaking earlier where I had to cut my live feed because whenever I try to go live, even at a peaceful and calm state, there's always some kind of distraction with noises and people that always tend to come and interrupt the live. It's just a manifestation of the energy of the life in the universe. Because 75% of this world is what you can't see. If you tend to believe it or not, 75% of the things in this world is based on what you can't see. And the things that you can't see are the things that are real, which is the esoteric, not the exoteric. Because if you look at life as an esoterical being, you always will be, inside yourself, inside your consciousness, inside your mind state, because you have to have a mind state to protect your estate. And your state of mind determines who you are in all forms. So if your state of mind is of a warrior, if your state of mind is of someone that don't actually believe they can see, if your state of mind is in a place where you believe you can't achieve, then you won't achieve. You have to have the state of mind of a winner. And some people don't believe that, you should have the state of mind that you should always pray to the demiurge, Yaldabaoth, for light and hope. But when you are a premortal being, which is a being that existed before all existence of life, a being that is of supernatural powers, a being of all kind of state, you'll find that the universe will always send distractions to distract you from going live. Always there's going to be a distraction. Always is going to be a noise of other people. And this is why other people can't learn, because they're too busy listening to nonsense and garbage instead of listening to people that's out here telling you the truth. People that out here that could be CEOs of corporations. You got intelligent brothers out here that could be presidents of any business, anything. They could be lucrative. They could be multimillionaires, but they decide to speak truth. They decide to learn the knowledge of life instead of out here trying to achieve materialistic things. And then another thing that has been disrupted to a lot of people's spirit are these people out here trying to teach you how to manifest. And these are the steps that you need to learn how to manifest things in life. Right? America is built on manifest destiny. America is built on, I want that land, and we're going to kill 700 million people, and we're going to take that land. And we're going to say that God told us to do it, and we are ordained by God to go out there and to do these things. That's manifest destiny. And then the people that teach you to manifest, they didn't have before. They weren't wealthy. They weren't rich. They just came on and sold you a slogan and give you some feel-good words to make you feel good about yourself. Just like the deacon and the preacher and the Baptist and the Methodist and all these people, they give you these feel-good messages so you feel warm and bubbly inside. Just like the Black Boule last night at the Democratic Convention. Black Boule was established as Sigma Phi Pi. Pi Sigma Phi Sigma Phi Pi. Can't recall. I'm not the type of person to Google everything, but this is from my reading and recollection is what they are. And they were established by the black elites because they could not enter into the elitist white secret society. So they come up with this Sigma Pi Phi Black Boule. And the members are, like I said, Martin Luther King, Action Jackson, Jesse Jackson, and all these Congress people, Obamas, all these people are members of the Black Boule, the LeBron James, the Michael Jordans, the actors and actresses, and their job and sole purpose is to hold you down. So that's what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about the Black Boule. Their whole sole purpose is to hold you down. Now you say, why is the government paying so much attention to us? Why is a secret society spending so much attention to us? Because that secret society knows who you are. The problem is you don't know who you are. Or you have an inclination of who you are, but you don't believe who you are. But look around. Where are we now? We've been captured as prisoners of war, enslaved, whipped, beaten, stabbed, shot, raped, brutalized, everything. And we're still here. We're still buying the best of things, living the greatest of life. Now, what does that tell you? Only an angelic being can live this way. Only a being that has supernatural, spiritual powers can live this way, can survive this atrocity. Because if it was any other race, they'd have died out already. You understand? As you can see, anything you mix with black becomes black. It cannot be anything else. So you go into it now and you start doing your research, and then you start to find out that, wait a minute, there are actually black people that were around before they were Europeans or Asians or Indians that were fighting against other black people based on counterfeit spirits. I spoke of it earlier on my live, but I got interrupted. But the counterfeit spirits, these are the ones that are out here that are consistently going against you, going against what you want to do, going against what you say. And you walk up, hey, brother, I need a hand. Oh, motherfucker, I ain't your brother. Don't brother me. Don't talk to me like that. Blah, 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 blah. You see it with people. You see it with people. If you say, I'm reading a book about how everybody killed us and wiped us out and demised us and put us in the lowest subhuman form. Oh, I don't want to read that book because that makes me angry. What you mean? A spiritual person is supposed to be angry at unrighteousness, unspiritual things. Being angry is part of your spirituality. You have emotions, energy in motion, frequency in motion. These are the things that a lot of people know about. So this is why they give you these images all day on TV of black people getting whooped, black people getting shot, black people overall just worthless. Look at all the movies and TV series that are celebrated. Look at all of them that's celebrated. They let murderers out of jail, and everybody is talking about free this artist and free this. These are counterfeit spirits. These are people that's against the whole evolution of our being spiritually, because we're here to evolve, not dissolve. We're not here to be killed off, because we're always fighting for righteousness and balance, and the universe needs balance. The earth needs balance. The earth cannot move in one direction. We can't move to the depopulation of the planet. We can't move to the provocation or the promotion of an unhealthy lifestyle. We can't move towards that. We can't celebrate materialism over spiritualism, because the body is that, the mind is that, the spirit is that. We're all connected, mind, body, soul. As above, so below. As it in heaven, let it be here on earth. As it in earth, let it be on heaven. These are all scriptures. These are all things people go over and over and over, but they never talk about on a real superior level. So these counterfeit spirits that are here are always here to manipulate and to control. And these are the members of like FBI, CIA organizations that are the first to volunteer to take down people like Marcus Garvey, to take down people like Malcolm X. The Judas, let's say then, in the whole Christ thing. The Judas is always there. The Judas is always there to take you down. There's always a Judas. Your neighbor is a Judas. Your girlfriend, your family member, whoever is there is a Judas. Counterfeit spirits. The counterfeit spirits that's been here before there was even an earth. And their whole job is to try to destroy and hold you down, because they don't want you to speak on the reality and truth of being a divine, supreme being, which you are, which you were before there was an earth. Just look it up. The oldest pathogen in the world was before this world, and it's only found in melanated people. So that's why they come with the AIDS, the eugenics, the sterilization of the black male, the feminization of the black male. They come with all these things to suppress you and to keep you under. Why is everybody always picking on me? You never thought of that? Why is everybody always picking on us? Because we allow them to. Because we sit back and we don't do anything supportive of each other. We don't do anything that is natural. And we say, why are we always behind? Look at all the other races. Look at all the other so-called races on this planet. What are they doing? They're moving like a village. They're not moving like a person that has no race, or a person that has no family background or no heritage or no culture. They're not moving like, they love their culture. You have a culture that is invented here, but that culture got compromised by the invasion of, again, counterfeit spirits. Let's take hip-hop, for instance. Hip-hop was created on a divine level. Hip-hop was created to help and to educate by poets. Now remember, in time, poets were killed for teaching things that were beyond. Philosophers was killed for teaching what is not even of or heard of before. Now here comes rap, teaching you about culture, dance, music, educating about who you are. And what do? They come in with the counterfeit spirits that are consistently talking about bitches and hoes and getting money, and I'll shoot a op and I'll fight a op. And y'all don't even know who the real op is. The op is the one that hired the op. The op is the one that gave Judas that money to come and fuck up your whole family. Counterfeit spirits, you gotta watch them. These are the people that become police officers, correction officers, probation officers. These are the people that go work for the ACS so they can come and take away your children and give them to some people that ain't living righteous, because they can't have children, because it's impossible for them to have children biologically. They're not born with a birth defect, but same sex cannot have children, and that's a reality. Same-sex couples cannot have children. So this is why these counterfeit spirits, they go and work for ACS so they can take your children away from you and then put your children to some same-sex couple. Because the reality of it is, they look at us as breeders. And it's a breeder's cup. So they come for the strongest and the most intellectual kids and grab them and give them the same-sex couples and say, look, this is the future. You understand? So you out here talking about ops and who's the op. Maybe you are the op, because you out here working for the government and you proud of taking your government job. You hold that with the highest esteem. I got my government uniform on. The same government that's here killing everybody, spending $90 billion to drop bombs on babies. The same government that's out here putting poison in the food, poison in the air, poison in the water, poison in our mind, using the frequency of the cell phone to create confusion in our whole mental makeup. Now, why would one of the richest, most powerful governments in the world spend billions of dollars on research, billions of dollars on all these plans to fuck you over? You never considered that? Huh? You never considered the fact that these people know who you are and are ready to destroy everything about you? Why would a government spend so much money to fuck up black people? You never ask these questions because you can't think anymore for yourself. Your critical thinking skills has been gone. You want Google and you want AI to answer everything. Listen, AI is a machine that's been programmed, and it's going to tell you nonsense. Google is going to tell you nonsense, but the books have already been written. So this is why they don't want black people to read. They want you to listen to hip hop and talk about ops all day and talk about bitches and talk about hoes. And that has nothing to do with life. Then you wonder why these kids come back and try to kill everything. Because the elders, they're now, people that are born in the 70s and 80s, they spoil their kids because when you're born in the 70s, 80s, you grew up tough. You grew up doing tough things. And these kids will grow up soft. So it's easy to feminize the male now because they're already 50% feminized anyway. Now, what you talking about, Asar? What you mean I'm feminized? Motherfucker, go check your testosterone levels, man. They got plastic. Soy bean produces estrogen. And everything that is here is plastic made of soy. Soybeans. Soy's everywhere. Soy's in the baby formula. Okay? You got other levels of things out here that's promoting estrogen. You not working out? You got a big belly? Then you got estrogen. You drinking a lot of alcohol all day? Then you got estrogen. Then you wake up in the morning and you angry and you bitchy, acting like a bitch. Because of the estrogen levels in your hormones, it creates an imbalance in your system. Just look at them. Look at the shims out there and the hims out there and how they behave. They don't behave like a balanced person. They don't behave like a balanced male and they don't behave like a balanced female. Because the hormones that are not supposed to be at a certain level are. And that's the reality. Because when you speak on these things, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, they want to ban you. Because you're talking nature. You're not talking anti-nature. You can't go against nature. Nature is real. Nature doesn't care about morality. Nature only cares about the existence of nature. And you were here before there was a thing called nature here on earth. So I'm trying to figure out, why is it that we can't have an overstanding of who we are, where we're from, and where we're going? We only have an overstanding of money, power, money, power, money, power. And everybody wants to manifest wealth. How about manifesting some happiness? How about manifesting bulletproof for ourselves? How about manifesting some bulletproof skin for the children so that when a coward-ass police officer roll up and shoot them in their back, that shit just bounce off? You know, right now they're using melanin to create armor. You know why they increased the 5G frequency? So it can penetrate your melanin? Because we are protected by the divine. We're protected by a divine being that's above Yaldabaoth. Who's Yaldabaoth? The Elohim, the jealous God, the blind God, the worm, the serpent. That is the God of this world. Y'all been duped and tricked. Y'all been bamboozled. Okay? The Elohim, the worm, the serpent, the Yaldabaoth, the Ab-Ra, the Ab-Ra. Ab-Ra. That means that it is not of divine. It's abstract. You understand? The Ab-Ra becomes Abra-Kadabra. The Ab-Ra becomes Abraham. You understand? This is how it works. So you can get on your knees and go to all the black preachers and black church members and all these counterfeit spirits, because you're a counterfeit spirit. If you are against black people as a black person, you're a counterfeit spirit. And I'm going to stick to that. So you watch the Demon Crats last night, all these black Boule counterfeit spirits. Because at the end of the day, according to the Constitution, black people cannot, well, according to the Constitution, once you say you're black, you are a slave. You're owned. You're property. And property cannot own property. That's law. Okay? So now they're telling you to vote, but according to the Constitution, your electoral vote can only the Electoral College can select the CEO of this corporation, let's say. Okay? So that's the chairman of the board. Okay? That's the CEO. So the board members, the stakeholders, the people that actually own America, the corporation, are the ones that actually vote or actually say, you know, he's the CEO. Because Citibank, don't go, Citibank doesn't go to the public and say, we're going to select a new CEO for Citibank. Okay? And we want the people to decide who is going to be the next CEO. They don't do that. Okay? The board members get together, and when the board members get together, they select. And that's America. So the Democrats, Black Boule, are here trying to con us and try to explain to us that we somehow need to vote for a presidency. No, 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 no. They're trying to get you to vote for their party, because your vote only counts on the local level. That's your local congressman, your local this, your sheriffs, because the police department is totally illegal. The sheriff is the law because you get to vote him in, and if he doesn't do what you say, you get to vote him out. You can't vote out the chief of police. So when you live in these municipal states like New York, you're actually living in a corporation. So you're subjected to their corporate laws. You're going 35 and a 50. You're going 35 and a 15. You can't park here. You got to pay the meter. You got to pay city tax, local tax. All these things are unconstitutional, but because you live in a municipal, which is a corporate city, you're subjected to that. How did we get here? Counterfeit spirits brought us here. We were well off. We had lands, we had businesses, we had movie theaters, we had bus companies. We had so many millionaires. Excuse me. But the Black Boule came in with the counterfeit spirit and told us that we shall overcome. Overcome what? Sitting and eating with them while we already was established. But if we don't sit and eat with them, we're racist. Why don't y'all go to Chinatown and explain to me if the Chinese people are racist? Going to any Arab, well, Arab is not a race. Go to any Middle Eastern, well, that's not a race. Go to any Middle Eastern community and you tell me what is wrong with our community. They work together. Okay? But because we've been indoctrinated, because we've been fighting against each other for so long, we're talking about before there was an earth, it's going to be a continuous fight. So what are you doing? Are you going to fight or are you going to flight? Are you going to run and hide and hope that everything is going to be okay and pay your car notes and pay your mortgage and hope that your kids grow up to be all right, hoping that your mental state is going to be fine? Your mental state is never going to be fine. Nobody is happy forever, and anybody that's walking around all happy is a psycho. And we need to realize that there are people that look like us, but they're not us. Trust me. Trust me on that. 75% of the things we see is not real, because 75% of the things that we should be concentrating on is what is not real. And that is on a spiritual, divine, unseen level. And if you can't maintain that, then there's no hope for none of us.